Hello. I had to play a little bit of a second song there because I started a little late. Hopping on the Christ SMP, and I have announcements to make, which I'm going to make a little later in the stream, in case anyone wants to stop by. Let's see if they're in a group. No. Okay, there's a couple things I wanted to do today. One of them is dinosaur hunting. And I say dinosaur, but it's actually a bug in my resource pack. Let's see. Most of the stuff can be stored in here. The chicken farm's doing good. So, I actually have a couple of announcements. The lesser one being, the Relics album is almost complete. But it's actually simultaneously less complete than it was before. Because my song, titled ironically Reunite, is being split into two songs. You know, when I get to a place, I can actually show you, what am I looking for? Sticks. I can actually show you what I've been working on. I got a little preview of it. I don't have any copper. Oh, that's right, I gave it all to someone. Let's spare this a little bit. That's not it. Where is it? Where did I put it? Yeah. Got some coordinates. Let me go over to a quieter place, and I can play the previews of what I've been working on. So Reunite is a trance song, and I can play a little bit here. And then I've been thinking about doing a bunch of vaporwave stuff, and I haven't quite got the nostalgia formula down yet. But just from the imposed limitations of editing like a single MP3 file, I managed to create this. So that's what I've been working on. Now my idea was originally just to have the trance song and maybe have like a trap portion of it, because that's what I always do. I always put uh, like a different genre switch up somehow, and usually trap is my go-to. um, especially for the melodic stuff, because melodic trap just sounds really good. But um, when I created that, just experimenting with vaporwave techniques, like I guess self plunderphonics. Um, I thought, maybe I'll slow it down and glitch it out, and then it slowly fades into this, melodic dance drop, or whatever you kids call the Porter Robinson genre worlds these days. Um, but then as I progressed in making it, it would sound much better as two different songs. And just kind of blend them, fade them into each other. So I completed the interlude, which, okay, I think everyone has a genre that they just don't like. And for me, in general, that's disco. I do not like disco. I don't like the funky stuff. Um, it used to be jazz, but jazz is just okay to me. I don't love it. I don't have any songs it's like a particular favorite that are jazz, but I don't hate it either. But yeah, I don't like disco. So naturally, I made the interlude of this Relics album disco. Granted, it's only like 45 seconds long. But that's the latest song I finished on there. I also finished um, the song "Where'd You Go," which is kind of a piano-driven kill step with like some trap percussion. Midsection inspired by progressive electronic, which is a genre I have, well, I've tried it, and then when I just started messing around with changing the instruments up, it sounded a lot better as post rock. And I want to put that song out. Um, no idea what it'll be called, no idea when. Um, I do have a current aim for the song, but that's far future. Let's see, I'm going to 3124. Online we have Ave, Steampunk, and Moon. So one of the, it's not the announcement, but I do have a little update on my health. Um, I met a friend recently who has some similar conditions to me, and the way I nerd out about music genres, she does about medical stuff, which I can especially understand given the conditions that we have. But with her, I have been able to not conclude, but surmise that it's entirely possible that the symptoms I've been having are explained by a condition I already knew that I had, but I didn't know all that the condition caused. There's something called EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, specifically hypermobile EDS is what I have. And I knew that it can cause my thumbs bend backwards and uh, causes some significant nerve pain. What I didn't know is that it can also affect your uh, not metabolism. What am I thinking of? Immune system. And maybe that's why between July of last year and September of this year, I caught the same flu 7 times. My goodness. I like this area. I like how it looks. Got a nice waterfall here. Reminds me, for you who have been in the Minecraft scene a long time, of the Temple of Notch. Let's build it on the hill there. I might, on my way back, um, run out to this tan person, whoever they are. Kind of yellowish. Oh, there's a trident. I need a second one. Did I get it? No. Oh well. Okay, it's on this little island here. So, I've been talking with my doctor for a long time about my just ongoing flu problems. Let's see, 4. Or is it 9-9? I think it's 9-9. There's one that's 4-4 and one that's 9-9. Store some extra stuff in here. It's the stronghold. It's 4-4. Okay, I actually need to go back a little bit. South. And 31. But my doctor has been super confused with everything. And I appreciate that I've had a doctor who can say, I don't know. I've been kind of weighing the pros and cons of letting my doctor know, because I've got a long history of, like, I'll have one condition and then something else completely unrelated comes up. And my doctors, like, blame everything that they can on the first condition. But I mean, if that's what this is, it would make sense. Because, man, this, you know what? I don't care. Whatever. I don't know why OBS is not silencing my Discord. You know, it kind of makes sense if everything is kind of stemming from the EDS. And, you know, maybe that last batch of flu really did just trigger something in my body that is completely just giving me the worst fatigue. And, like, I'm feeling better today, but already my voice is starting to give out and it's starting to hurt. You know, like, my lungs hurt and my upper chest area. And I've always had that happen, but it's never been so quick. I guess that's the benefit of having quiet streamer tag. I can get away with taking it easy, not speaking very much. $31.27. It's like right over here. Is that it? That's it. Hello. Don't need that. Oh, look of the sea. I don't know if there's any more or not. I was snooping around. I only found the one. I also should be careful, because if they fall, they just get destroyed. There's one. I believe that's coal. Yeah. Pretty easy to tell quickly what they are. while having more emeralds is not bad, it's inefficient in this way. I somehow don't have a shovel. Sorry, nothing. I should not be mining that with my pickaxe. It's a complete waste of durability. I already know where that one's going, probably. Let's go check out this person, because I've been curious who it is. I thought they were out near the Guardian farm, but that doesn't seem to be the case. If I do run into someone who's, well equipped, they probably have a portal back to spawn easily. Do I have jungle dogs? Yes. Oh, there's pink sheep. There's Savannah Plateau. Right, and I somehow lost my bone and fish stash, so I think I'll check out a cave. Look for skeletons there. Oh, there's surely skeletons down here. Well, okay. I'll take it. Could have been worse. How am I not finding any mobs? Please have bones. Well, while I'm lost down here, I guess I will go ahead and get to... Oh, there we go. My announcement of sorts. So I was not able to go to Reach this year because of my health. I have only in the last couple of days been able to say, hey, it's probably this that's going on. And, you know, there's a lot of things that could cause immune system problems. And a lot of them are a lot worse than EDS. So it's kind of comforting that all that's going on with me is stuff that I sort of kind of already knew. I had a lot of disappointment in missing out in Reach this year, but I have secured a ticket and I will be going next year. So if you go to Reach next year, I will be there. And honestly, it's kind of a huge thing for me because I've never really been away from my family except for like going to school back in the day. Um, Not that I like don't desire time and things for myself, I just don't do it because for one thing, I can't drive yet. Um, our car is literally too small for me. It's not safe for me to drive. I can put the steering wheel all the way up. I can put the seat all the way back. And my legs are still um, scraping the steering wheel pretty heavily. And that's just not safe. So not only am I doing this, but I'm doing so out of state. Like, it's not something that um, my family will be anywhere near me. And again, it has nothing to do with, like, you know, do I want them or do I not want them around? It's just something completely new to me. Looking around for dogs. I used to be part of Boy Scouts back in the day. I don't remember how old I was. Okay, it seems this is the only plateau. Um, but I was like, I started halfway through the second year. And still managed to get all the qualifications to go on to year 3. And then I kind of didn't care anymore. I looked at the qualifications to get to year 4, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. And so I didn't. One of the things that you had to do was a camping trip. I'm like, I don't want to sleep away from home. How I'm getting there and how I'm staying there to be determined. But I mean, I've literally got a whole year to figure that out. So I'm not too concerned about that right now. I'm a speedrunner. I meant to pick up things on the fly. Speaking of video games, I completed Super Mario Sunshine 100% today. Um, Yesterday I got the last of the shine sprites that I needed, and then I spent today um, getting all of the blue coins. And it turns out that my final blue coin was one that I knew was there and that I've gotten in every playthrough before, but just not this time. If you don't know, there's 96 plain shine sprites, and then 240 coins, blue coins, throughout the levels. And that totals 24 shine sprites. I believe there's, between the 7 levels, there's 30 in each, plus 20 in the hub, and one of those that's in the hub is in the airstrip, which you can only get after defeating Bowser. Which I don't care if that's spoilers. The game is like 25 years old. And then there's 10 in Corona Mountain. And Corona Mountain blue coins were very difficult, but honestly very fun, because I learned through trial and error and lots of deaths how to get through the spike and fire section very easily. And then the lava boat, if you know how to use, like, I guess micro sprays. Oh, the person disappeared? Might be shifting. Um, if you learn how to do that, the boat is not hard to get the hang of, at least controlling it enough to get by. I couldn't explain to you what I was doing to control the boat because it was, I'm like, what could I do that, would properly explain what I'm doing? Because, like, everyone that I talk to is like, oh, this is one of the hardest parts of the game. And I would agree with that. But it's actually not too difficult to get the hang of it. I believe one of my last shine sprites was the lily pad game. And that well deserves its reputation for being probably the hardest one in the game. I'd never gotten it before, but just kind of locking in and going for it only took me 4 tries. Oh. Okay, yeah, someone's definitely been here before. Easily could have been me. I just don't remember. If no one's here, no one can object to me taking that. I don't have any fish. Oh, I think that's a cat I already have. Brown, yeah. I'm honestly probably going to end stream when I get back because my chest is seriously hurting. And I really need to talk to the doctor about that, but I just don't know how to put it really. Because I don't know what kind of specialist I need. If any. Because there's a possibility that this is not something that can be fixed. And I'm okay with that. If that's what I have to deal with, that's what I'm handed. I've seen people make it work with worse. That's good. I think I lost my previous horn. Oh, that's the raid horn. Very nice. I'm really getting lost, aren't I? I think I had mentioned on stream a couple days ago, back on Thursday, I've been dealing with these spam calls. Someone obviously robocalled trying to sound human. You can tell by the delays in speech. Calling for some sort of seniors benefit. And like, I joke around that I'm secretly old. Because I do feel old. But, I'm 26. Let's see, is this a 9-9? No. I'm definitely not applying for seniors benefit anytime soon. And so I think it was Friday night. It was like 9 p.m. and they called me and they asked the first question and I just said some sort of nonsense word I don't even remember. And, of course, the robot paused for a second. And it says, let me rephrase this. And, like, rephrases the question. And I respond with another complete nonsense word. And there's another pause, and it says, I'll talk to you another time. And hangs up. Like, there's utterly no option to get through to a person to say, hey, take me off your call list. I'm getting tired of this. Windswept Savannah. And that's another benefit to this is I'm getting new biomes that I hadn't had before. As much of a pain in the butt as it was, I do kind of miss the modified jungle edge. I think there needs to be more fun, rare stuff like that, even though, honestly, it wasn't that different from just jungle mountains or whatever, because it only showed up when jungle edge collided with like swamp hills or something ridiculous like that. And take it easy on the food. I can tell I'm gonna have a fever after this. But I wanted to make the announcement. And I'll post it on Twitter afterwards. It's funny. I knew I couldn't stream at my normal time today because I had some errands to run. And so I scheduled it for the time that I was pretty sure other people would be on. And then I messaged in Honey Highlands mod chat, like, hey, I know y'all are going to be asleep by the time that I stream, so my announcement is just this. And she said, thank you for taking the elderly into your consideration. I would appreciate for anyone watching, keep my friend in your prayers who is still stuck after ReachCon earlier. She was supposed to be home today, and then flights got canceled and delayed, and she might be home by like mid-afternoon tomorrow. And honestly, that's just not fair. I can absolutely imagine the frustration. But she's also got health conditions and desperately should have prayers for strength and endurance. And I'm really, really hoping that they get her something before to get her home before midday tomorrow. Oh, here's a wolf. This is Pine. Here's another one. Okay, Pine is mostly at the top. And then Spruce is kind of, the leaves are kind of spread out. Closer to the bottom as well. That's literally the only difference between the two biomes, and like putting them, giving them different wolves. Not going over there right now. Specifically because I don't want to deal with those guys. Okay, I have a plan. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Thank you. Do I have... No. Oh, I do have a compass of, like, where my home is. But I want to see where this person is. Well, they might be out at the Mushroom Island. I also have the fish if I need more food, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm usually on this server at least a little bit every night. Almost every night. And there's been some fun shenanigans here and there. The other night, Frank and Rad and Frog and Cole were all over at Cole's base, and we were basically just fighting each other for no real reason. I'll look for this person later. I think it might be not the same person I was thinking of, like that I saw before. If you compare the start of the stream to now, you'll probably notice a difference in my voice because of the strain that it puts on me. That's why I can only stream once a week usually. if Honey Highland does a Minecraft stream, I'll usually be on here with her. Where'd he go? We are. And if she doesn't have one planned, I will do my usual Monday time. Probably the reason that I started hurting so quickly today is because I have already done a good amount of activity, had those errands to run earlier, and was having trouble with my sciatic nerve, so hey, what are you doing? Okay, that was pine. And so because I was already hurting, it tired me out a lot more. I was going to hang around after stream and chat with some of the people online, but I'm hurting far too much for that. So I'll probably just like let them know, hey, I'm hopping off, but here's my announcement. And it might not seem like much considering it's literally a year out, but this is a huge deal to me and it's huge news to me. I'm really happy. I think over the coming days I will set up like pumpkin farm, melon farm, and like reeds and bamboo, probably. Maybe not in those exact places, but probably going to expand it this way given the surrounding terrain. Alright, I think that's all I can do for today. So thank you for coming around. And I'll try to stream next week, trying to make this a weekly thing. That's a work in progress. Yeah. Thank you for coming. And I will definitely see you around. Remember to take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. That's the wrong one. Stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, and remember, by the blood of Christ, you are worth it.